You are not buying time. You are extending the mind of your organization. In AI, where models evolve weekly and technologies rewrite themselves mid-sprint, outsourcing is no longer a vendor transaction, it's a negotiation of shared judgment, IP boundaries, and collaborative learning. To negotiate well is not to ask, how much do your developers cost? It is to ask, how will your people think with ours, build with care, and leave behind systems we can own, audit, and scale? Let's walk through how to negotiate an AI resource augmentation contract, not like a buyer, but like a steward of enterprise intelligence. 1. Redefine the nature of the ask. You're not hiring people, you're borrowing judgment. When you bring in external data scientists, machine learning engineers, or LLM specialists, you are not outsourcing core thinking. You are embedding temporary expertise into a permanent mission. So the conversation must shift from skills needed to outcomes expected. From how many to how aligned. From delivery velocity to knowledge durability. This is not a staffing contract. It is a trust compact. 2. Define the engagement scope like a product, not a project. Commodity vendors respond to checklists. Python, NLP, Snowflake, yes. Strategic partners respond to clarity of purpose. Define your scope in outcome language. Refactor model pipeline to support weekly retraining. Set up experimentation environment across 3 Gen AI providers. Deploy explainability metrics on fraud scoring model before UAT. Also clarify which part of the AI lifecycle they support, e.g., CPMAI Phase 4V. What infrastructure they'll use, Cloud Sandbox, Enterprise Repo. Whether they lead, support, or embed within agile teams. This isn't about filling seats. It's about delivering value in context. 3. Protect IP, but enable velocity. AI eats data. It learns from your most valuable asset. So protect ownership. You own all code, pipelines, artifacts, and prompts. Access. They work within your version-controlled environments. Boundaries. No reuse of your ideas in other engagements. Confidentiality, especially in areas like prompt engineering and business logic. But also empower fast onboarding with documentation and context walkthroughs. Pair programming or sprint co-working with internal teams. Access to relevant historical insights or previous modeling choices. IP protection is your shield. Collaboration is your engine. 4. Demand seniority, your hiring judgment, not warm bodies. Many firms offer AI developers. What you need are people who can pause before overfitting a model. Raise ethical flags when outputs skew. Explain trade-offs between fairness and performance. Refactor code not just to work, but to last and scale. So ask for named resources, not pools. Resumes and working samples. Trial tasks or interviews before onboarding. Replacement rights if fit or performance slips. This isn't a headcount game. This is about embedding wisdom. 5. Design the contract for agility and experimentation. AI is not a linear build. It is an iterative exploration. So avoid waterfall contracts with rigid milestones. Instead, structure for time and materials with bi-weekly sprint reviews. Monthly checkpoints to realign on outcomes. Flex capacity based on experimentation windows. Clear exit clauses if conditions change or quality drops. Build a burn rate dashboard, not just for hours, but for knowledge yield per sprint. The question isn't, are they working? It's, are we learning fast enough? 6. Insist on knowledge transfer as a contractual deliverable. Never let deliverables vanish into the hands of a contractor. Your contract must insist on weekly code walkthroughs. Recorded demos of every working artifact. Architecture diagrams with decision rationale. Retrospectives logged and shared. Final handover package with reproducibility checklist. And add this clause. No payment without full handover, because the real product isn't the model. It's the internal capacity to evolve it. 7. Define role boundaries, preserve internal ownership. Even with great partners, augmentation only works if your team still drives. Define clearly. Who owns the backlog? Who reviews and merges pull requests? Who validates alignment with responsible AI policies? Who owns post-engagement maintenance? Outsourced execution never means outsourced accountability. You steer. They contribute. 8. Build in ethics, security, and governance clauses. AI is not just technical. It is regulatory and reputational. Your contract should include role-based, time-bound access controls. Rules around external tool usage, e.g., no public LLMs without approval. Conformance to your responsible AI framework, bias, explainability, traceability. Incident response protocols for data breaches or model anomalies. If you don't yet have these policies, use this contract to force their creation. What gets written down gets respected. The final word: you're not negotiating resources. You're curating intelligence. A well-negotiated AI augmentation contract does more than fill gaps. It becomes a conduit of intelligence, enriching your teams, accelerating your vision, and deepening your organization's long-term AI maturity. So as you negotiate, be precise in the outcomes you seek. Be clear in the controls you expect. Be generous in collaboration and rigorous in governance. Be relentless in preserving knowledge. Be unapologetic in protecting your mission. Because you're not building models. You're building an ecosystem of capability, one agreement, one engagement, one mind at a time.